Hey, it's Caesar from Lightwerkz. Today we'll be going over the new laser style E92 headlights. These are for the pre-LCI. There are some for the LCI model, the non-M3, that we'll be adding in later. But figured we'd start with this set, test it out, see how it is, and I'll give it to you guys straight, the good and the bad of what to expect from these. So right off the bat, the looks are either going to be a love or hate. The purists will say this is maybe a little bit too modern of a look, but you know, aftermarket custom lighting companies have been making lights like these for a while with the icon style rings. I think it depends on the vehicle. Obviously this M3, this is my track car. It does have some cosmetics on it. Obviously it's got to look to my standards, but it is mostly a functional type of build that's built for the track. And you know, we've been showcasing lights for these models for quite some time. We're known more for the OEM plus kind of styling and retrofitting that we do. It's more performance based. But as we move along in this market, this is a modern day upgrade that I think will appeal to some people. But let's take a quick look with the lights off, give you guys all the angles, let you feel it out, see what you think. Yeah, from this angle, it looks completely different than it does from the head-on view, but you can only use so much with this kind of style headlight. This is a very tight assembly. We've built a few custom setups with the DTM style halos, never with the icon, but plenty of people do. And this assembly is really tight. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. They were able to fit this look into there, but yeah, it's under design constraints, I would say. But again, laser style doesn't mean you're getting laser headlights, but you are moving away from the factory by Xenon adaptive headlights. The factory has a cornering light in the center. People block them out. They do all these different things. The rings here are that icon style. And you can see they're etched, they're diffused. They're actually quite good for what they are. That blue around the projectors, that's made to mimic BMW's laser headlights. That's kind of the designation for it. Even though I'm not sure if they're fully enabling laser these days. I know when they first came out, I think it was on the G05 X5. I had that vehicle and the lights, they were good, but they weren't anything exceptional. And come to realize that the laser function really wasn't even fully enabled. I think there are companies that offer it now, but anyways, take a look at it from the front. I think it looks really mean on my car. Maybe it's because of the car's aggressive nature. It's hard to say, but let's see. Give you guys a little preview. So there is a little bit of like a startup animation function. I noticed it works best when you first start up the car. It's hard to do that myself, but I'll get into everything shortly and what it looks like. But I just wanted to discuss with the lights off and the fitment. Everything was good. The lights plugged right in. It's plug and play. You do lose your adaptive functions. There are no error codes. My car has everything coded out with the Bimmer code app. I don't know if it'll be as straightforward, but it's meant to be plug and play. We recommend coding out some of these functions. And yeah, sorry for making the intro a little bit long, but I want to get in depth here and show you guys how it looks. The lenses are clear, the fitment was good. Overall, we're satisfied with the lights. You can find these on the website for the E92 and E90 series cars. And we'll get right into the next phase of this. All right, with the car on, they turn on automatically. All right, these are the daytime running lights. Again, they've got the etched halos. Gives them a little bit of a more stylish look, but also kind of a little bit more of an expensive look, in my opinion. They don't look too cheesy or anything like that. In fact, they look quite good. And these light up in white. However, these are the switchable versions, so you will be able to switch to yellow with 5 You pull the high beam stalk 5 times. I'll change that over by myself in a moment. I'll show you what the yellow looks like. But I think this is a pretty good look. Again, I want to show you guys all the angles, all the sides. From the side, you see both of those halos. Looks pretty cool. All right, so if you flick the high beam stalk 5 times, I pushed it forward in this case, the rings will change to yellow. That CSL yellow. You know, the whole market sort of shifted into that. The BMWs, all of a sudden, everybody's running yellow daytime running lights, including, I see some of the Audi community doing it as well. It's pretty cool. So this gives you dual ring functionality. Obviously, the low beams still stay white. It's a 6,000 Kelvin color. It's not too blue. It's actually pretty nice. I'll show you the output in just a moment. But this is what the halos look like in yellow. The downside is that when you restart the car, they always revert back to white. These lights are missing some things that could make them a little bit better, in my opinion. If they had the leveling, it would be a little bit better, just from a performance standpoint. And if the maybe the yellow option wasn't selectable only by high beam. If there was a physical plug that you can just unplug like they do on some of the Morimoto headlights, for example, for other makes and models, I think that would make a lot more sense personally, because I'd like to run them in white, yellow all the time versus the white mode, but it's okay. It looks pretty cool and it's not hard to do. It's just, you don't really know if it's switched unless you're looking at the car in a reflection or if you're outside the vehicle. So that is the yellow mode. And I'll show you what they look like. I'm going to back up the car a little bit to 25 feet and I'll show you the output. And almost forgot, this is the turn signal. So these rings, they're white, yellow, and technically amber. They will change for when your turn signals are on. So whatever color it is on, white or yellow, as soon as that turn signal comes on, there's no more bulb on the corner like the factory lights. The rings shut off from that color and they will pulse. They will blink in amber. Definitely really, really bright. A lot of aftermarket headlight assemblies, when it comes to the amber, they just aren't very bright. So this is cool to see because it's really visible, even from far away. All right, here we are. Got the lights off in the shop. I understand most of the BMW community that is probably gonna be looking at these assemblies doesn't really care about the performance. They just want a fresh set of lights that look updated. But I've got a meter in my hands. It measures lux, measures the light output. We're exactly at 25 feet, and I'm gonna give it to you straight in this video. So, the good news is they're bright. They are gonna be a lot brighter than what you're working with in terms of a set of M3 headlights. They're tired, they're worn, the bulbs are worn. And if you don't want to send out your lights for a projector upgrade, this is probably the next best thing. The downside is it's a flat cutoff. In my opinion, it's a good and bad thing. Yes, they can be sold in right-hand drive or left-hand drive traffic countries, such as UK, Australia, Japan, and then they can sell the same set to USA or European customer. However, it's not really maximizing the potential of the lights with a flat cutoff. So it's a little bit harder to dial in. Some people actually prefer a flat cutoff, but it's not traditional. The good news is there's a little bit of light bleed above the cutoff, so it's not a super stark contrast. It's a little bit hard to see. You know, as far as what I dislike, you can see the light beams, they're kind of more center weighted. You can see it's almost like 2 lines in there. Down the road, that translates into lighting up the lane of the road very, very well. But you're not going to see the light distribution essentially could be a little bit better in my opinion, but we're not asking for too much. It's exceptionally bright. If you guys follow along with what we do, I mean, to hit 1,000 lux at 25 feet is a good place to be. Most OEM setups like OEM M3, you know, it's going to hit 300 lux or 400 lux. Our retrofitted setups, you know, 800, 900 lux. With good bulbs. So this is actually quite good. At 25 feet, we're hitting about 1,300 lux, okay, 1,400 lux. That's awesome, okay? That means they're bright. And this is what I was talking about, the cutoff. It's a faint line, and then it's a little bit above the cutoff. You have a little bit of bleed over, which helps. In terms of color flicker, there's plenty of that. Okay, you got that blue-purple color flicker that a lot of people love. I mean, overall, it's a solid setup. Yes, things could be better. I think for the price point, it's gonna make sense for a lot of people. Dual color rings, dual projectors that are bi-LED. Could you get better performance out of a retrofit? Yes, we offer it. Are you gonna spend twice the price? Yes, you will. Can you build your own setup? Yes, you can, but it'll take, you know, a few days to get it right. So I think in the grand scheme of things, this offers a really good value for the average customer if they want that facelift look. There are things that could be improved on these assemblies, but we don't expect the aftermarket to go that extra mile. You know what I mean? It's just not really commonplace in this industry. So overall, great product. We have this available on the website. They land to your door in just a few days. Reach out to us if you have any questions, but check out our other offerings. Reach out to us if you aren't sure what to order. We'll be happy to help you out. Thanks again, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you can. We appreciate your support, and reach out to us if you need anything.